I have an extra sense about these sorts of things. And when Kyler Murray's agent came up with this treatise that he sent out the week of the combine, as we were all getting set to go to Indianapolis, the first time that Eric Burkhart, the agent of Kyler Murray, had addressed anything to do with Kyler Murray, that started the Monday of Super Bowl week when you turned to me and Dan Patrick was sitting in that chair as our first guest of Super Bowl week. Dan's sitting there, and you're like, "Hey, Rich, Kyler Murray just got rid of all of his photographs on his Instagram account, with the exception of 2. He's erased all things Cardinals from his Instagram account." And his agent's like, later on that week, no comment. And then somebody commented to Chris Mortensen on Super Sunday about how immature Kyler Murray is, and that this coaching staff has its work cut out, but they also understand they have some responsibility. They're all going to move forward as one family, but you know, there are some people in that organization think that Kyler needs to grow up, body language, immaturity, all that sort of thing. And then he calls that nonsense the next day. And then that's when I think to myself, when this comes out, I've never seen anything like it, where the note is essentially to the good people of the Valley, of the Sun, to let them know in advance 2 things. Murray absolutely wants to be your long-term quarterback. He desperately wants to win the Super Bowl. Know those 2 things, because they're the ones in bold at the top right there. And it's basically, the note is essentially, don't blame us when this thing blows up, because the way that Arizona's acting, the way the Cardinals are acting, this thing's going to blow up. So, of course, we in the media blow it up because Steve Keim and the head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, are talking at the combine. As a matter of fact, Kingsbury gets a new contract, and so does Keim. And Kyler's saying, where's my new contract? And Tom Pelissero winds up tweeting something out yesterday that completely undercuts the soundbite that Kyler Murray delivered to everybody when he was delivering checks locally in the Valley of the Sun just a couple of weeks ago, when he was asked what's up with everything. Because at that point in time, his Instagram account restored the photographs. Apparently, he just archived them, as the kids would do, right? He archived them, puts them back out there. I think he was working out with the team. Even J.J. Watt put out a video of saying, you know, J.J. Watt's like, but wait a minute. Like, he's there. And J.J.'s point is just like, well, wait a minute. I thought things supposed to go sideways. Look at him working out here. Yeah. This is what Kyler Murray had to say.
No, I'm an Arizona Cardinal. You know, I've done nothing but, you know, give my all to the Cardinals. We'll continue to do that. So I'm not really too worried about my future as a Cardinal. So
yeah, he's not worried about it because his agent's taking care of everything and all of that stuff, except behind the scenes, according to Tom Pelissero, my colleague from the NFL Media Group, who's locked up and buttoned up with his information. He's saying, guess what? Kyler Murray's agent pulled his proposal off the table, and Arizona hasn't put any of theirs out there. And Kyler has no intention of playing for the Cardinals without a new contract. And that's the way things are working right now. And the draft is 2 weeks from yesterday. And the Cardinals are going to do what with this? Because you could clearly see that the way this is going, somebody put this out there. Somebody gave Tom a little bit of a, this isn't happening right now. And, you know, I never try to source anything, but one would think this is coming from the player side of things. Because what do you think? The Cardinals want it out there? That they haven't put anything on the table? Michael Bidwell, the owner of the Arizona Cardinals, says that he and Murray are on the same page. Everything's fine. Tom's saying that the Cardinals are willing to take care of him in the summer. And you might be sitting there saying, then why not now? What's up with that? I don't know. Revenue checks are being paid in the summer. I don't know. To the teams, I don't know. Does the team not want to spend it before they have it? They must have it, right?
You would think.
Unless Kyler's agent, who keeps telling Arizona, apparently, the longer you wait, the price is only going to keep going up, folks. Unless Michael Bidwell is now the first owner in the NFL having to pay his kid, generationally talented first overall drafted kid, a second contract. He's the first owner that's now got this negotiation happening right after Deshaun Watson gets all $230 million of his money guaranteed from the Cleveland Browns, with 22 civil cases hanging over his head. And last I checked, Kyler Murray has 0 such cases hanging over his. And maybe he's asking for his money to be just as guaranteed. I know I would tell my agent the same thing. I want it. What Deshaun's got. I'm a good guy. I got none of that stuff. Bidwell's phone isn't ringing about anything about I've done with anything with massages. I want my money guaranteed. Not saying that that's what's happening. I can only assume. I can only assume. And I don't think that's making you know what out of you and me, man. And Murray wants it now because the draft would be his best amount of leverage if he demands a trade. You're not ready to demand a trade because I guess Arizona's not putting anything on the table for him to be offended by. The fact that he's not putting anything on, getting anything put on the table at all, maybe that's offensive enough to him to say, I want out of here, which maybe he doesn't want anyway. It's a nice place to live. You got DeAndre Hopkins. A.J. Green's just been re-signed. Your coach who loves you has just been re-signed. The general manager's putting it all together, who put J.J. Watt out there.
And they're hosting the Super Bowl, so that means they're going to win it.
That's right. That's what's been happening the last 2 years.
That's what
Why
I'm
did you miss
Chris.
that?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Why? So maybe he's not ready to demand a trade. And then you might be sitting there saying, well, what's his hurry at all? What's his hurry at all? Because not many quarterbacks get paid before year 4 under the new current construct of contracts from the collective bargaining agreement, not so new anymore since 2011. Josh Allen's a rarity. He gets paid like that, right? Mahomes, Goff, and Wentz got theirs earlier than usual. So Kyler would say, I want mine as earlier than usual. But he definitely wants it before year 4. He's made that clear. And the only answer to the question for you might have for why is look no further than Baker Mayfield. After year 3, entering year 4, just like Kyler Murray's doing, Kyler's doing that coming off of a dreadful playoff loss to a rival in their building. Rams bounced him awful hard.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield went into his rival's building and won.
Big time.
Look at him all happy in Pittsburgh, giving Myles Garrett a little hip check. Look at that, all happy in that hood.
It was all good just a year ago.
That's how he entered year 4.
You would have pet the dog then.
Exiting year 4, he's on a dog couch on a podcast, wondering where his future is and saying, I don't been disrespected by my team that went with another team, another quarterback, and I don't know where my next team's going to be.
Can I pet that dog?
On one hand, he's given the dog pound their first taste of love in the playoffs since 1994. On the other hand, there's a dog with his belly up saying, I need a scratch, give me love.
Show me that.
And he's like, I'm too busy talking about, I don't know where I'm going next, and I've been disrespected, and I'm wondering, where the respect was, and I don't care if my teammates don't like me as long as they respect me and all of that business.
Same thing the dog was thinking.
Exactly why Kyler Murray wants to be paid now. Because who'd have thought Mayfield would be in that position after year 4? Based on the position in which he entered year 4. Better off than the way that Murray's entering year 4. And he wound up where he currently is. And you could sit there and say, that won't happen to Kyler Murray. Oh, yeah? Okay. Kyler's not willing to take that chance. And that's where everything lands right now. Stay tuned. essentially. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.